Welcome back. If you're saying enough, the North Shore could see more rain in the next hour.
Let's go to Bruce Katz now for a look at your Weather Authority forecast.
That's right. What a day it's been. That line that moved in, dropping all parameters of severe weather, including tornadoes, unconfirmed at this point. But again, the damage does indicate that we did have certainly, if not tornadoes, some very strong straight line winds. Now, the flash flood watch in effect through tonight into midday tomorrow through about 1 o'clock. Now, the Weather Service indicating up to 1 to 3 inches, could see an isolated 4 to 6. And all that depends on is that when the rain moves in, will it train over the same area? And also, if you get one of those big bursts over you, you could easily get 1 to 2 inches of rain per hour. Let's take a look now at the radar. And here's kind of a recap. As you'll notice, all the storms moved eastward, and this will go into motion again. And basically, everything started out in East Texas during the morning hours, moving into southeast Louisiana, and then finally moving away. But I also want to focus down south. Look at this. Some big thunderstorms southeast of Houston. These have been developing over the last hour, and they will be moving off to the east and northeast. So if they do hold together, we're looking between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock tonight. If these storms hold in, we could see yet another round. But for now, things are dry. Here's one more shot of that big line. Look at all the pops of lightning during the afternoon. And as we take a look at what's happening on Viper radar, we can show you those same storms. We do have some severe thunderstorm warnings in effect now to the west of us, and all that is moving to the east toward the North Shore. And also, I want to point out this big pocket of showers and storms. These have really blossomed in the last couple of hours, so it looks as though we're not done with the severe weather yet. Nucandra Norwood, she is in Viper control. First of all, will come in to the metro area. North Shore, not a lot of rain as of yet. In fact, as we fly in, we can show you that we had earlier a couple of minor showers and storms, really nothing major at this point. So anywhere from, say, central areas of Washington down to St. Tammany, not much happening. But in the last 15 minutes, look at this. We are starting to see on the South Shore some pops of lightning, also some moderate thunderstorms, lightning counter at about 16. Those are moving in just south and east of Slidell, and some of these headed toward the border from, say, Pearl River over toward Biloxi. So, as mentioned, we're not done with it yet. Now, as we come to our next shot, South Shore, anywhere from the city and southwest, we are looking high and dry at this hour. Our friends down in Morgan City, down to Houma, Thibodaux, a possible tornado in your area. It looks like, again, you're going to see a nice break over the next hour or so. So here's what we're watching. Main feature, far northwest. This is the upper feature that we need to get kicked out of here until finally all this activity moves away. It is a very slow mover for right now. We're waiting yet for another system coming down the pipe by tomorrow to finally kick it out. And as it moves out, all this activity will kind of move out in tandem. And behind it, we're going to start seeing some drier air filtering in from the north. So we do have a much improved forecast coming in by tomorrow night and Wednesday into the end of the week and weekend. However, we don't want to let our guard down, because with all the storms developing out west, for North Shore possibly in the next few hours, by maybe 9 to 11 o'clock tonight, these storms moving in, it's going to be a very, very close call in terms of how much rain and thunderstorm activity moves in. 10 wettest Aprils, check this out. We are now at number 6, 2015, 11.4, and we've had rain even on top of this, so chances are we could be in the top 5, and depending on how much rain we get tomorrow afternoon, we could be in the top 3. So we are going to be on the cusp of some of the wettest Aprils ever on record since reports have been taken. Outside right now, mostly cloudy skies. Good news, the wind advisory is dropped. The lake is finally calming down. It was an angry lake earlier. We're talking many waves out there. And also, can't forget the fairgrounds. Here's our city park shot coming in from the Esplanade. Just a lot of standing water on the grounds themselves. And fortunately, tomorrow evening into Wednesday and Thursday into the weekend with drier weather, hopefully it will begin to dry out. But if we were out there yesterday, we saw Lady Gaga. We had the boots on, and boy, thank goodness we wore them, because some areas were pretty muddy out there in Gentilly. Here's your severe weather risk. Slight risk coming in later tonight in through midday tomorrow for all the storm activity that we saw developing out west. So tonight, stay with Fox 8. During programming, if need be, we would either break in or run the crawl on the bottom of the screen for the potential of severe weather. And the water vapor loop indicates here's that feature that we have to get out of here before we clear up. And it looks like by tomorrow afternoon, it will begin to move out. We will finally take all the rain with it and then eventually get a nice break. earlier today. Check out the storms, blossoming white clouds. This is our daylight shot, and boy, those storms moved on in anywhere from around 9 o'clock through 1 o'clock. We were on for 3.5 hours with you with straight coverage, tracking these storms, tracking the possibility of tornadoes, and now that activity has moved eastward, but we're going to be watching out west for the potential of stronger storms developing, as we showed on Viper. So here's what's going on. Timing. 4 o'clock right now, verifying with some of the storms on the North Shore. Not so much picking up the storm activity southwest, but it does later on this evening. So by 10 o'clock, here's that system that's in the southwest Gulf, moving in anywhere from 9 o'clock through about 11 o'clock. And some of these storms could be heavy. By midnight, they do begin to shift eastward. And then what's happening by midnight through the morning drive? Yet another big area thunderstorm complex moving in. This is with the actual front. I think this will be the last one. 6 a.m. northwest of us as we go through time by 8:30 to 9. Another round. Could see strong storms if need be. We'll be on the air again by 10:30. Moves on out. And then finally, I think by 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, the bulk of the severe weather's gone. Milder air moves in with wind shifting out of the north behind the front, and get ready for lower humidity and check it out. By Wednesday into Thursday, clouds begin to break up, and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful end of the work week into the upcoming weekend. So there is hope behind all the severe weather that we've been watching. Outside right now, Canal on Washington Avenue, it is way down. Earlier, it was near Bankful, so of course we watched out for that. Fortunately, no flooding, major issues in the uptown area. Right now, temperatures in the 60s north, lower 70s south. And as we look at those temperatures, anywhere from 73 at the lakefront, 72 Kenner, 62 at Chilly up in Macomb, with the winds kind of variable all over the place with that boundary right on top of us. For tonight, flood watch continues. Rain likely, some heavy downpours after the 9 to 10 o'clock hour. Breezy and mild in the 60s. Tomorrow, scattered storms through midday. Some of those could be strong to severe. By the afternoon, we do begin to dry out. Tomorrow's high in the low to mid 70s. And check out your 7-day forecast after a stormy start to your Tuesday. Wednesday looking good. Thursday, bright sun. Friday, bright sun. Saturday into Sunday. So we do get the payback for the finale of Jazz Fest. Tell you what, Quint Davis must be cheering it on, because it looks like we're going to finally see some great looking weather for the final weekend of Jazz Fest. And as you can see right there, we're looking on and offshore with winds picking up east to southeast on Tuesday, shifting to north behind the front on Wednesday and Thursday. So I'll tell you, we had some major storms moving in, and now's the time, if you don't have it, download that Fox 8 weather app. Get the latest on the radar, storms, any weather alerts. If any watches or warnings come down, you will be alerted to your phone. And of course, you can check it out with Fox 8 and track it with us. So we had a lot of damage today, a lot of storms moving in, and we're not done with it yet. Don't want to, be an alarmist here, but later tonight, some of those storms in the Gulf, if they don't weaken, we could see another big round of quite a bit of rainfall, and the ground is saturated.
Oh, boy, I was just about to say that. It's like a
it's a
sponge.
sponge. Yeah, you step on it, and the fairgrounds were just a mess, too. So once again, we do see light at the end of the tunnel, but next 12 to 18 hours, you need to pay attention.